yeah, I got paid hourly, and then there was a guy that was there for 2 more years, but he's lazy, he doesn't do much, and he's getting paid $2-3 more than me, and I'm working my ass off, blah 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 blah. You're delivering a premium service, a premium price, so you have to deliver this premium quality. Again, premium quality only comes from premium team members, premium employees, which get paid at premium rates. All of this is connected, and it all starts with how you pay and how you charge. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Ricardo, and this is the journey from 0 to a million and beyond, where I take my experiences, my life lessons, and the mistakes I make along the way and share them with you guys so you don't make the same mistakes as me. And today we'll be diving into how to pay employees, which pay structure would be optimal for your situation, and kind of my experience with it and what I've learned so far about employee pay. So let's get right into it. All right, so first let's start with different types of employees, right? Because there's two main different types, right? There's the revenue producing employees and there's the non-revenue producing employees. Now, very self-explanatory. Revenue producing employees, depending on which industry you are, they might be out in the field. They're the ones doing the actual work. They're the ones producing the revenue, delivering the product or service that you might offer to the customer. So look at it as if those employees weren't there, there would be no revenue, there would be no sales, there would be nothing coming in for the business, right? These are the frontline workers, these are the field workers, these are the people fulfilling on the product or service. Non-revenue producing employees are kind of the back end, complete opposite of these people, right? Those are the people in charge of everything that leads up to the fulfillment, right? So for example, customer service, customer success, making the product, making the service, all of these operations that lead up to having the team fulfill on the work are non-revenue producing tasks, which you can argue that they lead up to producing revenue, so you could argue that they also produce revenue in some way, shape, or form, but at the end of the day, they're not producing much revenue for the business, and so they're non-revenue producing employees. Now, managers and business owners they're kind of tricky, right? Because after a while, you as an owner will switch from working in the business to working on the business, and that kind of leads you to not directly producing revenue for the business, but the actions and the upgrades that you make to your systems and to your processes will eventually pay dividends for your business and will increase business revenue. So again, don't take it too literally and just think of fulfilling the work and helping fulfill the work. Frontline team members, back-end team members, two different things for simplicity's sake. Now, I like to separate pay structures as two main categories. We have the standard traditional pay structures and the performance pay structures. Now, each of these, again, kind of segregate themselves, right? The performance pay structures, you would like that to be with the actual frontline team members to promote efficiencies, to promote fast work, to promote good work, and to promote them caring about the work so that customers feel great about the end product and they feel justified for the price that they're paying. Standard pay structures are essentially, your hourly and your salary pay structures, right? Traditional, everybody knows how they work. Hourly, you're just paid for the amount of hours you work in a week, right? Standard working week, 40 hours a week. So let's just say you work 36, 40 hours at $20 an hour. So that's $800 that you've made pre-tax. Salary essentially takes that hourly portion out and just, makes it a little more stable in a way that you will always be paid that amount bi-weekly, weekly, however the billing terms are. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward ways of paying. In my opinion, they're not encouraging, right? They don't really encourage any innovation. They don't really encourage your team to try their best. It doesn't really encourage efficiency, and it doesn't really encourage them waking up and wanting to go to work, right? Because they're just there for the time that they're there, and that's it. After you clock out, you're not making any more money. But performance-based pay is different, because now their performance directly impacts the pay structure, right? So performance pay can look like a couple of different ways. The most common way would be in a sales position, you get paid a sales percentage, right? A percentage from the actual sale that you make, usually maybe, anywhere from 3, 5, up to 10%, depending on what industry you are. Obviously, the more premium industry you are, the more percentage you might get, and just depending on the company. But you get a percentage of the sales that you make, right? And obviously that encourages you to sell more and sell more and sell more, so you can be in charge of how much money you make, and you can increase your earnings just based off how much you sell. And it's great because it aligns the business's objective of making more sales with the employees' objective of making more money, right? So make more money, join together because of sales percentage pay. Now, another pay structure would be profit sharing. Now, in order to have profit sharing fully integrated into your business, you would have to have kind of an open book management position of your business. So like, obviously your team has to be able to look at your numbers to make sure that you are giving them the percentage of profits that are right and you're not cheating them out of it. I mean, it's just based off on trust, but open book management helps out with that, and I can dive into that in another video. But profit sharing, all it is that you give out a percentage of the profits either quarterly, every 6 months, or at the end of every year as kind of a bonus. You set out a goal for your team. Let's just say, this quarter we hit, 20, 30, 40K in profits. You give them, let's just say 10% of that to the whole team, right? I mean, that's a pretty fair standard profit sharing. And that incentivizes the team to, hey, let's get to work. Let's knock out as many jobs as we can. Let's be as efficient as we can so that all the profits at the end of the quarter, a percentage of that comes to us. And again, it aligns the business and it aligns the employees. They all want to make more money. They all want their paychecks to be big. The business wants more profits. They want better pay and more money. So guess what? You marry them with profit sharing. Again, performance pay structures aligns both the business and the employees' goals, marries them together. And that makes a successful business. Now moving on to the last performance pay structure that I have in mind. This pay structure is not my own work. This is actually from Mike Andes. So if you guys search him up, you'll see a lot more of it, right? But it would be pay for performance, right? And this actually is the way that I run my employees, and is you give them a percentage of labor revenue, right? This doesn't necessarily only have to apply for service-based businesses, but it works the best because without frontline workers, field team workers, you don't get work done, right? You need those people out there. Anything that has to do with labor, anything that has to do with someone going out and doing the actual service will benefit from this pay structure. And it's the following: you give them a percentage of the labor revenue billed and collected to the customer, right? So let's just say that, for example, with landscaping, let's just say that, for example, you have to trim a bush, right? So, you trim a bush, trim a couple bushes. Let's just say the labor charged the customer $600. And then, you have your hauling fees, maybe you have your estimate fee, blah, 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 blah. It all rounds up to $800 for the whole job, right? Now, the percentage that you actually pay to your employees are not out of that whole $800. It's only out of the labor revenue, right? So that $600 that is charged in revenue is actually paid out, right? So they get 30% up to 40% depending on how you want to do it. So that labor revenue is $600, divided by 30%, you get $180. That's what will be paid out to your employee because of pay for performance. Now, depending if it takes them 5-6 hours, they'll make anywhere between 30 to 35 an hour if you divide it by those hours. Instead of the employees, taking breaks and being slow and, feeling tired, not feeling motivated and taking as long as they can because they don't want to do anything else. Instead of all that minutia and all that junk, you have them working hard, fast, efficient, and actually delivering a good quality work. Why? Because they know, one, they're getting paid fairly. Two, they're getting paid based off their own performance, not based off of anybody else's performance, based off their own performance. And three, I mean, it's good money for the actual job that they're doing. I mean, out of a $600 job, they're getting paid $180, and they get that job done in 4 or 5 hours. That's what, like anywhere from $30 to $40 an hour. And I mean, that's crazy. That's unheard of, at least in our industry. And this kind of pay structure just attracts higher talent, attracts better team members, and it weeds out the ones that aren't gonna be good for your business, the ones that aren't producing, right? These performance pay structures weed out the bad workers. Why? Because they won't make as much money. And when you don't make as much money as you want in a business, what do? You just move on, find another job. Again, it's great because the culture that you want to cultivate in your business is a good workers culture. You can't do that by having lazy employees. This will take out the bad working employees. It will incentivize the good working employees, and will just delete this whole hierarchy of I've been here longer, I've been here forever, or I know the owner, he's my friend, so whatever. So, it takes all that out, makes it fair and square, tells you exactly how you're gonna get paid. And obviously you have to be transparent with the numbers with your team. You can't lie, because then this won't work. And obviously you have to charge right, because it's based off of what you charge to the customer. So again, you're delivering a premium service for a premium price, so you have to deliver with premium quality. Again, premium quality only comes from premium team members, premium employees, which get paid at premium rates. All of this is connected, and it all starts with how you pay and how you charge. So it's very, very important that you nail it down, how you're going to charge, how you're going to pay your employees, because that's where all your work is going to come from. That's where all your reputation is going to come from, because you might be great, you might be doing great, and you as a single person, I mean, obviously you as an owner operator, you might do the work amazingly and you might care so much because it's your business, but at the end of the day, you're one person, right? You're one person, there's no one else to help you. You can only do so much, right? So eventually, depending on what your goals are in life, you will have to employ it out unless you want to work for yourself forever, which understandable, that's your goal, that's great for you. But for most people, they want more money and they eventually want to step out of the operations. And to get good quality employees, you have to have a good pay structure. And I'm saying all of this from my own experience, but not just from my experience, from employees' experience too, because I've talked to them about their previous work, and it's always the same story. It's always the same story. Yeah, I got paid hourly, and then there was a guy that was there for 2 more years, but he's lazy, he doesn't do much, and he's getting paid $2-3 more than me, and I'm getting paid, and I'm working my ass off, blah 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 blah. And it's always the same story. And it's like, and when you hear that, you just have to think, how can I reward this person that's working their ass off, even though they came 2 weeks ago, they're working their ass off and they want to make more money, but I have this person that's been with me since the start, which they're getting comfortable, blah 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 blah. How can I reward the person that's doing great versus how the person that's slacking off, right? Without making it personal. And again, this performance pay structure will help. And if you want to learn more about it, obviously I'll maybe leave a link down Mike Andy's YouTube channel. There's a bunch of videos that he made on this, but just want to put it out there so that you guys know which pay structures would be the best, which ones are standard, which ones are a little bit better, and just depending on your situation and what industry you are, which one you should do. All right, so that's all I had for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you learned something new, let me know. If you didn't, let me know as well. And until next time, see you guys.